All right, everybody, here we go. Good Wednesday to you. Looking live out on what is a wet evening. We've had some showers come through. This is our plaza cam. Not as wet there now. We've started to see the rain drift out to the north a little bit in some spots, but showers in the picture for us. This is probably our wettest part over the next 7 days. So we have rain. There's going to be rain at times, but what we have right now is the most widespread kind of rainy picture for us. We've got more sunshine. We've been missing some sunshine. We were looking at the stats for April, and the average cloud cover was 57%. And like the number of cloudy days that we've had is just a lot. We've had a lot in a row. So we'll be looking forward to some sunshine. We've got that in the forecast, and I have new information on Thursday and Friday. If you've been following along, on Thursday, we've had a first warn on it to highlight, hey, this day kind of jumps out on the weather charts. Rain, there's enough of it there that it could affect your day. But the new stuff's coming in, doesn't look nearly as much like that. It's starting to dry back out a little bit. And then Friday, some new information for rain on that day too. So let's hop to it. First off, we'll start with the radar. And we've got patchy showers. And, most of this is light. So over KC, we've got it moving out. And still up there by the airport, Smithville, places like that. Over by Olathe, Spring Hill, little finger of rain there, just a little spot shower. Let's go up north. St. Joe, King City, Maryville, Chillicothe, some even moderate downpours over here as you get toward Carrollton. But you get the idea. We look to the south, and all this is moving from south to north. It's generally drier here, so we're going to catch a break as we go through the next couple hours or so. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we're done for the evening. We could have some more start to fill in from us on time to time. So it looks kind of like this. This is our rain coverage. So from now through 9 is going to be the most likely time to see some rain. Again, we're catching a break, but just it may fill back in at times. We get past 9, rain is still possible well into the night and even into early tomorrow morning, but it's just sparse. It's isolated. We may have a few cracks of thunder, that kind of thing, but it's just so patchy that it's not going to be for very many of us. So let's jump ahead here a little bit. I want to show you this for the rest of the week. Here's Thursday. As I was mentioning, Thursday still has a rain chance. It's just low enough now that we dropped the first warn. I don't think that there's going to be enough rain on Thursday to have much of an impact on your day. So the trend is drier. Drier, not completely dry, but drier. And 71, not a bad day. And then Friday, the rain chance has done the other thing. It's gone back up a little bit. Friday's been looking like a really nice dry day. But I see one thing that I want you to know about, and that is a batch of some storms that could come through that's iffy. So I'll explain here in just a second. So let's go to this. As far as any severe weather tonight, we don't expect any. There is a low chance Marshall, Warrensburg, Sedalia, that's under a level 1 risk. I think it would have already happened if we would have been seeing anything that was kind of strong there. So low risk. I don't see anything right now. I'm not worried about it. That would be gusty winds and maybe a little bit of hail, some heavy rain. We'll keep tabs on it, but it doesn't look like it's going to go. So let's go to the forecast radar. Here we are now, and it's doing a great job. It's got these showers lifting out to the north, drier air to the south, and as we go through the evening, see it just kind of in and out a little bit. There we are by 3 o'clock in the morning. This is where I was saying you might be woken up by some thunder tonight, but it's just real patchy and nothing severe. And then tomorrow morning, this is at 6 a.m. And you see that little bright spot there near Kansas City? There's a little bit of rain. So if you're an early riser and you're stepping outside, just know that there's some showers at least in the area, maybe even a brief little thunderstorm. So it looks like this for the plan on Thursday. And that is at 6 a.m., 30% rain chance up till 7. And then after that, it looks mainly dry. 8, 9, 10. It's not impossible to have a little shower. It just doesn't look like anything likely. Temperatures start out in the upper 50s, be in the low 60s by 10. And then your afternoon on Thursday, much of it looks good and dry. Low 20% chance, noon 1 and 2. Temperatures get to 71 for a high. But watch 3, 4, 5. It's not much, but I see a little something there. West wind at about 10 to 15, by the way. I see a little something there that you may be interested in. So here's the afternoon. Watch that by about 3, 4. See that? And I've seen this for a couple days now, where we get these little patchy showers that come by, maybe even a thunderstorm or two. Again, not severe, but just know. So Not completely rain-free, but not much. Now let's go ahead into Friday. All right, so here's Thursday night. There's 5 a.m., so Warrensburg, Clinton, get a little bit more. But you see this. Well, hello. So that's a new trend that is on one of our computer forecasts. I've only seen it one time on one computer forecast. But it's a good computer forecast. This is one that we look at quite heavily for near term, for thunderstorms. It does a great job with that kind of stuff. And today, earlier this afternoon, it put that out for the first time. So that has my attention. It's too early to know that that is going to be anything that is really going to be there or not. Let me compare that to another good computer forecast, and it has nothing at all. So we bumped the rain chance up on Friday a little bit to 30% because of that new trend. Now, we're going to have new information come out at before 10, so for the 10 p.m. newscast. And if that is still there, if I see that for 2 updates in a row, then I'm going to first warn on Friday for some scattered storms. They could be kind of strong. Let me go back to this. We don't have a severe risk really, but not officially, not from the Storm Prediction Center. But you see a little pink spot there by Harrisonville? That's the computer saying, yeah, we could have a little hail, a little gusty wind. So there's enough ingredients that if storms were to form there, which hasn't been expected, but if they were, then they could have a little hail, a little gusty wind. So I'm going to watch that real closely for you. Now we get to the temperatures right now. So just FYI, that's the rain story. Temperatures have cooled back. We're in the 50s and 60s, 59 right now in Kansas City. We're going to be in the upper 50s into the evening. Here's the highs for tomorrow. This is the first day of May. 71, real close to normal. The average first high in May is 70. And if we look at the 7-day, here, let me get you the full 7-day. All right, so 71 on Thursday, 30% rain chance, and something else is just the stats. This is a warm and wet month on average. On average, by the end of the month, our high temperature is 80, and it's the wettest month for Kansas City, too. Over 5 inches of rain on average. It's because we get all these storm systems that come through. Friday, rain chance there at 30% now, on the cusp of becoming a first warn, 68, and then the weekend. Oh, my goodness, that weekend. 70 on Saturday, opening day at Worlds of Fun. It just looks perfect. We've got a cool morning. It's 45 at daybreak on Saturday, but temperatures are going to pick up quickly. We'll be in the 60s by 11. We're going to be in the 70s for the afternoon, sunny skies. It's an awesome looking day. And then Sunday is the Brookside Art Annual, and it looks really great too. 72 and sunshine, another cool morning with upper 40s. And then looking ahead to next week, pretty quiet right now. You know, we're starting out May on a really nice note. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, mid-70s. The only rain chance I've got is on Wednesday, and it's low at 20%. We'll keep an eye out on that, but it doesn't look like a whole awful lot at this point. So, yeah, that's a setup. I really like this forecast for now. Get us some sunshine back. So that's what we have there. Let me go over here to the comments, see if we've got any questions. Is any of this severe? Lou, no, not tonight. I really don't expect that. In fact, this is just rain. We're not even getting much in the way of lightning. So don't worry about severe weather for us this evening. We're going to be all right. And I don't see much of a severe risk other than Friday. If storms do go there, we might have a little hail, a little gusty wind, but that'd be about it. So that's all the updates I have for you there, everybody. There's more coming up at 10. The big thing at 10 is what's Friday going to do? We know the weekend's going to be amazing. We'll take a closer look at Thursday's rain chances, but the big thing is Friday afternoon. Is it going to bring storms or not? And I'll have more on that in just a few hours. So we'll see you there. In the meantime, thank you for joining us. Hope this was helpful. Have a great night. And again, always appreciate you. So take care. See you at 10.